Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Timeless Wisdom Podcast, right here on the Monkey Mind Mechanics channel. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of Neville and his incredible techniques for manifesting desires, especially the one that promises to make things happen fast. I mean, the title of the YouTube video we're looking at is Manifest So Fast, It's Scary.
Yeah, that title definitely grabs your attention. But behind the catchy phrase lies a profound concept that Neville dedicated his life to teaching. The idea that our reality is a reflection of our deepest beliefs.
So it's not just about wishing and hoping, but about truly believing that what we desire is already ours.
That's the core of it. Neville taught that our assumptions, conscious or unconscious, act like a magnet, drawing experiences and circumstances that align with those beliefs. It's like we're constantly broadcasting a signal, and the universe is responding in kind.
Okay, so let's say I'm trying to manifest a new job. If I'm visualizing myself in that role, feeling the excitement, but deep down I have this nagging doubt that I'm not qualified enough. Will that doubt sabotage my effort?
That's a great question. And it highlights a crucial point. Neville emphasized the power of the subconscious mind in manifestation. You see, the subconscious doesn't judge or analyze our beliefs. It simply accepts them as truth and works tirelessly to bring them to life. So even if you're consciously trying to manifest something positive, those hidden limiting beliefs can create resistance.
It's like having a powerful computer, running outdated software in the background. No matter what commands you give it, it's still operating on those old programs.
Exactly. That's why understanding the law of assumption is so important. It's about recognizing that our reality is not fixed. It's constantly being shaped by our beliefs, whether we're aware of them or not.
So how do we change those deeply ingrained beliefs, especially the ones that are holding us back? Is that where this rapid manifestation technique comes in?
You got it. This technique outlined in the YouTube video we're exploring offers a powerful way to align our beliefs and emotions and actions with our desires, accelerating the manifestation process.
All right, I'm all ears. Tell me more about this technique. Where do we even begin?
Well, the first step is surprisingly simple: relaxation. Neville stressed the importance of quieting the mind and body to access the subconscious, where these deep-seated beliefs reside.
We're talking about meditation, deep breathing exercises, things like that.
Exactly. It's about creating a state of inner stillness, allowing yourself to let go of tension and mental chatter once you've achieved that sense of calm. The next step is visualization.
Visualization, the cornerstone of so many manifestation techniques. But how is Neville's approach different?
It's not just about seeing the picture in your mind's eye. Neville emphasized the importance of engaging all your senses: sight, sound, touch, even smell and taste. The more vivid and detailed your visualization, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind.
So if I'm trying to manifest, say, a dream vacation, I shouldn't just see myself on a beach. I should feel the warmth of the sun on my skin, hear the waves crashing, smell the salt air.
Precisely. It's about creating a full sensory experience that immerses you in the reality you're trying to create. But even that's not enough. Neville goes a step further and emphasizes the importance of emotional involvement.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. What does he mean by emotional involvement?
It's not just about seeing the picture, but about feeling the emotions associated with your desire, as if it's already fulfilled. The joy, the excitement, the gratitude.
So as I'm visualizing that dream vacation, I should allow myself to truly feel the bliss of being there, the relaxation, the sense of adventure.
Yes, it's about embodying the emotions, as if the experience is happening right now, not in some distant future. This emotional charge is what supercharges the visualization, imprinting it deeply into your subconscious mind.
This makes so much sense. It's like we're sending a powerful message to the universe. This is what I want, and I'm already feeling the joy of having it.
You're getting it. And that leads us to the next step in Neville's technique, what he calls assumption.
Assumption. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
This is where you move beyond simply visualizing and feeling into a state of knowing. It's about firmly believing that what you've visualized is already true. Not that it will happen someday, but that it's happening now, in some dimension of reality.
So even though I may not have the physical evidence of my desire yet, if I can truly believe and feel as if it's already mine, my subconscious mind will start aligning my reality with that belief.
Exactly. It's about bridging the gap between the world you desire and the world you believe you have. And that brings us to the final step in this technique, which may seem counterintuitive at first: detachment.
Detachment. So after all this visualizing, feeling, and believing, we're supposed to just let it go.
Not let go of the desire itself, but let go of the need to control how it manifests. It's about trusting the process, trusting that the universe has its own ways of orchestrating events to bring your assumption into reality.
So it's like planting a seed and then trusting that with the right conditions, it will grow into a beautiful plant without us having to constantly dig it up to check on its progress.
That's a great analogy. Detachment is about surrendering to the flow of life, knowing that the universe is working behind the scenes to align circumstances in perfect harmony with your desire.
This is all so fascinating. I'm already starting to see how powerful this technique can be.
Mm.
But I'm also wondering about those real-life examples. Did people really manifest things quickly using this method?
Oh, absolutely. And we'll dive into those inspiring stories in the next part of our deep dive. But before we move on, I'm curious, what stands out to you about this technique so far?
Well, what strikes me is the emphasis on aligning our inner world with our outer desires. It's not just about wishing. It's about shifting our beliefs and emotions
Right.
to match what we want to manifest.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like we're creating a vibrational match for our desires,
Yes.
so they can easily find their way into our reality. And speaking of seeing things materialize, let's dive into those real-life examples from the YouTube video. Because honestly, hearing about people's successes with this technique just makes it feel so much more real. Absolutely. These stories aren't just feel-good anecdotes, they demonstrate the practical power of applying Neville's principles. One story that stood out to me was about an individual stuck in a dead-end job, feeling completely unfulfilled.
I think we've all been there at some point.
Mhm.
So how did this person use Neville's technique to turn things around?
They started visualizing themselves working in their dream job, but they went beyond just picturing it. They imagined walking into a vibrant office, feeling the excitement of collaborating with inspiring colleagues, even the satisfaction of tackling challenging projects.
So they were fully immersing themselves in the experience,
Yeah.
engaging all their senses, and really feeling the emotions associated with that dream job. Did it work?
You bet. Within a matter of weeks, they were offered a position that perfectly matched their vision. It was almost as if the universe had been listening and conspired to bring their desire into reality.
That's amazing. Okay, I need to hear another one. What other success stories really caught your attention?
There was a story about someone struggling financially, feeling trapped in a cycle of debt. They were at a point where they felt hopeless. But instead of giving in to despair, they decided to apply Neville's rapid manifestation technique.
So did they visualize themselves winning the lottery?
Mhm.
Or inheriting a fortune? What was their approach?
Actually, they focused on visualizing themselves living a life of abundance, paying bills effortlessly, and feeling the peace of mind that comes with financial freedom. They didn't obsess over the how, they simply focused on the feeling of having already achieved their goal.
And what happened? Did their financial situation miraculously turn around?
It did. They received an unexpected windfall that completely cleared their debt. And even more importantly, they shifted their mindset from scarcity to abundance, opening themselves up to new opportunities to create wealth.
Wow. That's such a powerful example of how changing our internal state can impact our external reality. These stories are incredibly inspiring, but I'm also curious about the other side of the coin. What are some common mistakes that people make when trying to apply this technique? Because I'm sure there's some pitfalls along the way.
You're absolutely right. And the YouTube video does a good job of highlighting these potential stumbling blocks. One of the biggest hurdles is doubt. When results don't appear instantly, it's easy to get discouraged and start questioning the process.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. It's like we want to see tangible proof that it's working. And
Yeah.
when it doesn't happen right away, our doubts creep in.
Exactly. But Neville taught that doubt is like a weed that chokes the seed of our desire. It creates resistance and blocks the flow of manifestation. He compared it to planting a seed and then constantly digging it up to see if it's sprouted. You wouldn't do that to a plant, right? You'd trust that with the right conditions, it will grow in its own time.
Okay, that makes sense. Patience is key.
Mhm.
What other pitfalls do we need to watch out for?
Another common mistake is a lack of emotional involvement. People may go through the motions of visualizing their desires, but they don't truly connect with the feeling of having them.
So it's not enough to just have a mental picture. We need to feel it in our hearts.
Exactly. It's about bringing the emotions to life, making the experience so real in your imagination that your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what you're visualizing and what's actually happening.
So if I'm visualizing my dream house, I shouldn't just see the rooms. I should feel the sense of peace and belonging as I walk through the door. Smell the freshly baked cookies in the kitchen. Hear the laughter of loved ones echoing through the halls.
You caught it. The more you can engage your senses and tap into the emotions, then the more powerful your visualization becomes.
Okay, that's helpful. Any other pitfalls we need to be aware of?
One more that often trips people up is focusing too much on the how of manifestation.
What do you mean by that?
It's when we become so fixated on the specific steps and details of how our desire will manifest that we actually limit the possibilities.
Oh, I see. It's like we're trying to micromanage the universe, telling it exactly how it should deliver our desires.
That's it. But the universe often has its own unique ways of orchestrating things, ways we can't even imagine. When we try to control every aspect, we actually restrict the flow of abundance and limit the creative power of the universe.
So the message here is to surrender to the process, trust that the universe has our back, and focus on the end result, not the intricate details of how it will all unfold.
Exactly. The beauty of Neville's technique is that it invites us to collaborate with the universe, to become co-creators of our reality. We set the intention, we align our energy, and then we trust that the universe will find the perfect path to bring it all together.
I love that. Co-creators of our reality. That's so empowering. Okay, so we've covered the core principles of Neville's rapid manifestation technique, explored some inspiring success stories, and uncovered potential pitfalls to avoid. What's next? How do we actually apply all of this in our everyday lives?
That's a great question, and is what we'll delve into in the final part of our deep dive. We'll explore practical steps you can take to integrate these principles into your daily routine and discover how they can help you navigate the challenges and opportunities of modern life.
Okay, so we've explored the ins and outs of Neville's rapid manifestation technique, heard some pretty amazing success stories, and learned about potential pitfalls to avoid. But how do we actually put all this into practice? How do we make it a part of our daily lives? Especially in today's world where there's so much going on.
That's the key question, isn't it? It's one thing to understand the concepts, but it's another to integrate them into our daily routines and make them work for us.
So where do we even begin? Is there a specific formula or ritual we need to follow?
Neville didn't believe in rigid formulas. He emphasized the importance of finding what resonates with you. The key is consistency. It's about cultivating a new way of thinking, a new way of being in the world.
Okay, so it's not about doing a one-time manifestation ritual and then expecting miracles to happen overnight. It's about creating a daily practice, a shift in mindset that becomes second nature.
Exactly. Think of it like training a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. The same goes for our manifestation abilities. The more we practice aligning our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with our desires, the more powerful we become at shaping our reality.
So what does a daily practice look like? Can you give us some tangible steps to get started?
Absolutely. First and foremost, find a time and space where you can be undisturbed, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. It could be first thing in the morning, before you go to bed, or even during your lunch break.
Okay, so find a quiet spot, carve out a few minutes each day. What's next?
Start with relaxation. Neville emphasized the importance of quieting the mind to access the subconscious. This could involve deep breathing exercises, meditation, or simply focusing on your breath and letting go of any tension in your body.
I'm trying to be more mindful and incorporate some breathing exercises into my day. It really does help calm the mental chatter because we relax, quiet the mind, and then what with?
Then bring your desire to mind. Choose one specific thing you want to manifest and visualize it as vividly as possible. Engage all your senses. See it, feel it, hear it, smell it, even taste it. The more real it feels, the more powerful the imprint on your subconscious.
I remember you mentioned earlier the importance of emotional involvement. So as we're visualizing, we should also be feeling the emotions, as if the desire is already fulfilled.
Yes, this is crucial. Don't just observe the visualization. Immerse yourself in it. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the excitement, whatever emotions align with your desire.
Okay, I'm visualizing. I'm feeling the emotions. What's the next step?
Now move into a state of assumption. This is where you firmly believe that what you've visualized is already yours. Not that it will happen someday, but that it's happening now, in some dimension of reality.
So even though I might not see physical evidence yet, I need to cultivate that deep knowing, that unwavering faith that it's already mine.
Exactly. It's about bridging the gap between the world you desire and the world you believe you have. And finally, let go of the need to control how it will manifest. Surrender to the process. Trust the universe to orchestrate the details.
That surrender piece can be tough, especially for those of us who like to be in control. It's about releasing that need to micromanage and trusting that the universe has a plan.
Precisely. And remember, this is a daily practice. The more you do it, the more natural it will become. You'll start to notice shifts in your thinking, in your energy, and eventually, in your reality.
This all makes so much sense. It's simple but powerful. But I'm also thinking about the challenges of modern life. We're constantly bombarded with information, distractions, negativity. How do we stay focused and positive amidst all that chaos?
That's a great point. And that's where Neville's teachings become even more relevant. He emphasized the importance of guarding our minds and choosing our thoughts wisely. It's about being mindful of the information we consume, the people we surround ourselves with, and the environments we expose ourselves to.
So it's about creating a positive and supportive ecosystem for ourselves, both internally and externally.
Yes. Surround yourself with beauty, with inspiration, with people who uplift and empower you. Cultivate gratitude for the good in your life, even amidst the challenges. Remember, your energy follows your attention. Choose to focus on what you want to create, not on what you want to avoid.
This has been such an enlightening deep dive. We've learned so much about Neville's rapid manifestation technique and how it can help us create a more fulfilling and abundant life. What's the one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to walk away with today?
If I had to sum it up in one sentence, it would be this. You are the architect of your reality. Believe in your power to create the life you desire. It starts with your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs. Choose them wisely.
That's a powerful message. And remember, for more insights on Neville manifestation and the power of the mind, be sure to subscribe to the Monkey Mind Mechanics channel and check out the Timeless Wisdom podcast. We'll be back next week with another deep dive into the world of transformative ideas and practices. Until then, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep believing in the magic of manifestation.